And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. After 10 years of waiting, Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, has arrived in movie theaters. Most have been praising the performances of the actors, but there are also some very serious critiques of the film, especially from parents and some African Americans. Listen. And joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us Courtney Hawkins, who is a video blogger. I found her on Instagram, but she also has a YouTube channel. And you had some very interesting thoughts about the new Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. Dr. Boyce Watkins also expressed the same idea that you have when it comes to Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. So first of all, when you saw this movie, your thoughts about it?
Yeah, well, I was extremely excited to see the movie. I was a big fan of Black Panther. So I was really, really excited. And then I saw the previews and I was like, okay, let's see where this is going. And when I saw the movie, first, the acting was amazing, of course. But then I was bothered by the erasing of Black men and leadership, Black men of power. I just saw really, a chick flick.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And some, Courtney, I don't know if you're old enough, but some have equated it to Good Times Without James. When they took James away, that Black male role figure and father figure out of Good Times, people kind of just tuned out because there was no Black male figure there in the household.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit before my time, but I'm familiar with it. But, I'm just seeing where we are perpetuating the idea as if we don't need Black men. And I'm a proponent of nuclear family. I'm a proponent of, we need men, and particularly we need Black men. And I want to see Black men in their rightful role as leader, as powerful, as intelligent, as regal. And I got all that with Chadwick Boseman. And with this movie, I missed it. And I'm sorry, I don't think there's no nation that we can have, no community without the Black man.
For those who say, though, this movie was written in part by Ryan Coogler, who's a Black male, directed by Ryan Coogler, why would he intentionally write out the Black male?
Well, it might not have been intentional. And I know that he is the director, but I mean, the director has a boss. And I do believe that there is something systematic that is happening to erase or, show that Black women are so tough and strong that we don't need you. So I don't know if it was intentional. I wouldn't suggest that it would be, but I mean, there's powers above him. And there was a lot of agendas that I saw in the movie that, again, bring in children to some of the stuff that I didn't want them exposed to. But again, with Disney and with a lot of the Marvel comics, that's just what's happening. And I just decided to speak about it.
And Courtney, give us some idea what you, as an adult, would feel uncomfortable with a child watching in Wakanda Forever.
Well, I do have a daughter. She's 6 years old, and it was interesting because when Angela Bassett when she was going in front of the council, the first thing that she said was, man, she looks tough and strong. And I'm like, yeah, she does. And I'm like, man, this is, again, in my head, just thinking that all the characters that we've seen with Woman King, all the Black women was tough and strong. And never have my daughter has ever said, man, that Black woman looks beautiful and sweet and like a woman and delicate. And so then, of course, not to give spoilers away, but, just seeing it towards the end, there was no relationships among a Black man and a Black woman, but you did see a relationship amongst another woman and another woman. Mm-hmm. So even those conversations, mommy, why is she kissing that woman? Which you do have to have these conversations, but
some parents are forced to have that conversation after
absolutely.
taking their children to see that.
Absolutely. And I've been forced to have these conversations with, my child at around 4, which I understand that's the times that we're in, but sometimes I just want to watch a movie and not have to explain sexuality to a first grader.
Right, right. Why do I have to go home and do homework, damn it?
Yeah. So, I just, coming off of watching Woman King and then coming to see this again, it's still, Black women are going to be typecast as either you got hurt by a man, the man didn't do you good, or you a warrior, you a fighter, I can do this all by myself, I can do bad all by myself. When is it that we're going to get a role where we can step back and be a woman and be in our essence of being just a woman? And that's what I'm craving to see. And I'm craving to see our men take care of his family and take care of his Black woman. Now, baby, I got this, baby. So that's what I'm craving, and I'm not seeing it. And if we're not speaking about it or not talking about it, especially as a Black woman, if I'm not saying, no, I need my Black man and I want to see him in a powerful position and me being his support role, then it's as if it doesn't exist or it's not important. And I think it is.
I think it is also. And I think voices like yours, with it being heard, then maybe Hollywood will hear it and change that trajectory of the Black narrative in movies. But we want to thank you, Courtney Hawkins, video blogger. You can find her on Instagram and, of course, on YouTube. She always has some very interesting conversations and things to say. What is your Instagram screen name for those who want to follow you, and your YouTube page for those who would like to look you up?
It is super easy. You can find me at Courtney Michelle. I do have a YouTube channel which I speak about things like this. Again, I am pro-family, pro-nuclear family. And it's, again, I am Courtney Michelle.